Hello again, everyone. Welcome to a new Stellaris campaign. We will be playing in the Laguin 2.2 patch with the Megacorp DLC. Paradox has provided it to me early, so I can showcase it to you guys, get you a little bit excited for its release, which will be on Thursday, December 6th, I believe. So, let's go ahead and get right into it. There are some big changes. I played a bunch yesterday to try and get a handle on them, and I think I have a reasonable understanding of them now. It is more complex, but it is also less micromanagement. So let's go ahead and do a new game. Sorry about my voice. I picked up a cold at Thanksgiving. Not a whole lot I can do about it now. So we will be playing as the Covenant of the Holy Plumage, a subversive cult, gospel of the masses, which gives us spiritualist pops give additional trade value on all planets and branch offices, can build Temple of Prosperity corporate buildings, and spiritualist ethics attraction plus 50%, and a criminal heritage. This mega corporation can trace its origins back to a crime syndicate that eventually grew powerful enough to supplant all forms of local government. We are intelligent, rapid breeders, communal, wasteful, and non-adaptive. We'll talk about those things in the game. The Gospel of the Holy Eye Feather is the holy text of the Phasians. The text proclaims that the beauty of plumage is everywhere, in everything, from the knots of the trees to the ripples in the water to the subtle colors of stars and nebulae. All are signs of the great peafowl and signs of the blessed plumage he has graced his people with. The Phasians believe it is their duty to spread the gospel to all other beings in the universe, to help them embrace their inner plumage. And so it is that when they discovered the secrets of spaceflight, they set about searching for other species to help bring into the plumage, by any means necessary. Alright, let's go ahead and reset to default. I'm going to go with a huge galaxy size. We are going to go with 4 arms. I'm going to max out the number of AI empires. Although, yeah, we'll max out the number of empires. Mega corporations themselves are supposed to be tall building. You know, you're supposed to build tall, so that's what we're going to focus on. Turn off advanced AI starts because I hate them. We will randomize the number of fallen empires. We will randomize the number of marauder empires. Techs will initially be very slow and expensive to get, but I'm going to leave this on 1 times so that you guys see what it is. You can make a decision for yourself as to whether you want to change that for your game. I'm going to bump up habitable worlds to 2, and I'm going to max out primitive civilizations because I like primitive civilizations. All of that is fine. I'm going to stick with Ensign difficulty for now, just so that we... I don't quite know the game, the new changes well enough to bump this up. So we're going to leave that at... now we'll bump it up to Captain. Empire placement, random clusters. Random is fine. All of these are... Let's see... I'll turn that off. They need pop-ups to tell you exactly what... Oh, they do. When this is enabled, the AI bonuses from the difficulty settings scale up over time, starting at 0 and reaching a maximum at the end game start year. Nah, we don't need that on. Or does that mean that, it scales up to the maximum of Captain? Yeah, actually we'll do that. It's a new addition that, well, I mean, it's not super new, but I haven't played enough, like, through to the end to really know how that plays out. Anyway, you can also change the guaranteed habitable worlds now. I'm not going to. Let's go ahead and play. Now, I rarely go until the the end crisis. So I doubt I will do that in this campaign. I do plan to play for a while, but how long exactly, I don't know yet. Alright, let's go ahead and begin. Okay, so, to start with, you can see that there is... we already start with a bunch of stuff built, and we're getting quite a bit to begin with. We're producing 55 energy credits and 47 minerals already. However, there's new elements of consumer goods that we need to get, and alloys. Minerals get turned into alloys, and alloys are what you need to build ships and starbases and things like that. Whereas minerals are all you need to build these stations and science ships. Okay, anomaly research speed plus 35% is okay. It's not great. Alright, well, we have one way in and one-ish way out. Let's go ahead and start surveying. This is always the first thing that I end up doing. There we go. We'll get another science ship built and start surveying out this way as soon as we can. Alright, so research. So we can get improved deflectors. You can see base cost is 3,000, base cost is 2,000, and base cost is 2,000. Now we are getting more research, starting with a plus 19 across the board. And there is 2 society and 3 engineering in my capital. So we will be working on that. I think that energy credits are going to be a little bit more important than research in the short term. So let's go for that. Down here, we got hyper entertainment forums. I don't have gas. I haven't even, in the test playthroughs, I haven't even gotten any gas. So, yeah, that's not going to happen. Naval capacity from soldier jobs. So that's a new thing, is that to get more naval capacity other than, you know, starbase anchorages, you have to build soldiers, which is, I'm not a fan of it so far, but, you know, don't have much choice. Produces 2 trade value for each trade hub. That's a pretty good one. I'll start off with that. And down here, engineering, nebula refinery, mining station output. I think that's what we're going to kick off with. Military ships won't be as super important. The capital starts off with a planetary administration, research labs, alloy foundries, civilian industries, commerce zones, and we are at 28 pops and 28 jobs, so we are going to need more. Get jobs from these as well. I only have a size 16 planet, which is disappointing. And I do not have the minerals to build any of this. So we're not going to build a building yet. Let's go ahead and unpause. So if we take a quick look at... And so this is a new thing. You can lock it and unlock it under technology. So yeah, 86 months, 148 months, and 98 months. These things are pretty slow. They really, really are. But we're gaining a lot more in terms of stuff, so that's a little bit better. Alright, things that I want to build first off is...
Market outlier identified.
Leaving that for now. I'll take a look at that in a second. I want to get that built. Get a little bit more energy because I need to hire a new scientist. Alright, an unknown phenomenon has been discovered near Zuabak's Maw. It is causing light to be frequently refracted and occasionally even entirely blocked out. Since it is 223 days and I want to get the nearby stars surveyed ASAP, we are not going to be researching that just yet. And you do build out of starbases, but I believe you now need a shipyard to build science ships and construction ships.
Has been surveyed.
I can afford to do this now, so we'll go ahead and do so. But it takes alloys to build these. So you can't just shove them out like we used to be able to. So I have not actually found anything in here. There will be something revealed by this.
Upscaling complete.
And we have completely constructed a mining station. Alright, so we didn't start with real great scientists, unfortunately. We will go for the survey speed person. So there is no leader cap anymore. However, each one will have upkeep. Basically, you know, you're hiring them and you're paying them. Let's just go survey out this way. And I do have some more minerals. There we go. Let's go ahead and build that mining station. I'm going to want to fully build up this system before we do much else. So trade value right now, it doesn't really say a whole lot about it, but we're getting 1 energy credit per trade value. So that's good. We're getting a lot there, and there are options that we can do. I'm actually going to end up locking this, I think. Let's see.
Upscaling complete.
Okay, you can actually afford to build both of those now.
Outlier identified.
Alright, so that's 400 days, so we're not going to be researching this one yet. Unusual readings suggest there may be more to this desolate world than meets the eye. We'll leave it be for now. I'm going to want to have my usual run of 4 science ships, and I could actually afford one now. So let's go ahead and do so. Now, I am looking for edicts. Okay, no, actually I'm looking for policies. So we've got the edicts. These are a little bit cheaper. There's a lot that have costs of these new strategic resources. They've gotten rid of most of the strategic resources. Basically, living metals, row, and dark matter are the only ones from the original, you know, the earlier versions of the game. And now we just have rare crystals, volatile motes, and what was it called? Exotic gases. Kind of disappointed. I liked all the variety of strategic resources, but, you know, we'll go over these as we get access to them. I don't know that we're going to get access to them very soon, but we'll see. Okay, first of all, I'm going to turn this off because people on our planet will get pissed off.
Upscaling complete.
Slavery is... that's fine. Population
Outlier
controls are...
identified.
We're receiving a weak signal from the surface of this planet. The source appears to be some sort of tracking beacon. I will leave it be for now. Alright, well, let me pause it for a second. Well, nah. It'll be a moment. Robotic workers, I'm going to outlaw them because we are spiritual. The First League. We have recovered artifacts from an ancient alien civilization on Pash 4. If what we have learned from these artifacts is correct, this civilization was some sort of confederation that consisted of many different alien races. They called themselves the First League, and appear to have coexisted in relative peace some 2 million years ago. Though the Pash system lies in the region of space that seems to have made up the core of their territory, a partial map found among the artifacts indicates that the First League may have covered a significant portion of our galaxy before its eventual collapse. Interesting.
Situation log revised.
We'll be dealing with that later. Alright, here's one of the things that I wanted to take a look at. Trade policy. Right now we're on wealth creation. Each trade value earns us 1 energy credit. We could switch to consumer benefits. Trade value earns us half an energy credit and 0.25 consumer goods. And marketplace of ideas. Each trade value earns us 0.5 energy credits and 0.15 unity. So that's interesting. We're going to stick with wealth creation for now. Once we start opening up branch offices, then we'll consider that. We are right now on mixed economy, no bonuses or penalties. Civilian economy has plus 15% monthly consumer goods, and alloys minus 25%, and militarized economy is consumer goods minus 25%, and monthly alloys plus 15%. The Covenant of the Holy Plumage is abuzz with news of the alien remnants studied by the CHPS, not the California Highway Patrol, Blushing Songbird. These leavings are considered definitive proof of intelligent, purposeful alien activity of some point in the past. We may still be alone now, but we are at least not the first to be so. Remarkable. Okay, also food policy. There's no longer, changing the cap. I mean, everyone just went for that cap anyway. So we have strict rationing. Food upkeep reduced by 25%, but slower growth and happiness goes down. And nutritional plentitude. Food upkeep is increased by 25%. Get 5% pop happiness and 10% pop growth speed. I'm going to be looking to switch to that as soon as we can. Initial border status is fine. First contact status is fine. Resettlement is fine. Orbital bombardment is fine. War philosophy is fine.
Situation log
and we will do the habitable world survey. That is unchanged. All right.
A system has been surveyed.
I will go ahead and recruit you. And you are going to get started researching these things. Actually, you know what? Go research this one first. Then come back and research these. Alright, so we've got an arid world and a tundra world there. That's unfortunate. We have not found anything that we really want to build out yet, so we're not going to. And I can afford to build another science ship. And we got our first tradition. So there are a lot of changes here. Discovery, where you get anomaly discovery chance, is no more. Now it's anomaly research speed, which is not bad. And finishing up this is research speed plus 10%. But I'm probably going to take that as my first ascension perk. So it doesn't. This one, taking this first isn't as do it now kind of thing. Although research station output plus 10% is pretty nice. Survey speed increased is pretty nice. Research alternatives and scientist level cap is okay. Leader experience gain, leader level cap increased is okay. And pops working with research have their upkeep reduced by 20%. It's actually pretty nice, depending on how much research you're actually doing. I assume that includes, so priests will generate society research, so I assume that that would include them. I don't know. But I'm leaning towards expansion. Colony development speed increased by 25%. Adopting all will allow us to build one additional district on non-habitable habitat planets, which, I don't know. It's okay. At least for now. I haven't maxed out any planets in my quick playthroughs. Starbase influence cost reduced by 10%. That is very nice. So I think that's what we're going to go for. And also, new colonies start with one additional pop. These two, I feel, getting these right away just makes growing your empire just that much better. Administrative cap increased is good. Starbase upkeep reduced by 20% is good. And pop growth speed increased by 10% is very good. So, we are going to adopt this. I've looked at the others, just... nah. My new meta is expansion right away now. Alright. I'm also going to go into the fleet manager and just bump this all the way up to
Market outlier identified.
20, 540 days. For reasons unknown, Ublia 3 has been enclosed within an impenetrable shield, and the shield is cracking. Ooh. We'll leave that be for now. This could be very, very, very dangerous. I don't know if they've changed this, but, yeah, that has in the past generated a really nasty neighboring empire.
Upscaling complete.
Alright, we don't really have anyone good, and I don't really have enough money to just start cycling. What do we have right now? We've got Military theory and field manipulation. Let's go for Voidcraft then. Okay, just head out there. Okay, yeah, nothing to change that around. I'm gonna wait until I get the you know, build starbases cheaper before I start expanding. Besides, don't have anywhere that's really worth expanding right now anyway. Got an ancient survey marker, +4 minerals down there, very nice. Also, new modifiers, unemployment, and building slots available. I have 527 minerals, which means I do have enough to build something. I think what I'm going to do is... So we've got a temple. But I think I am going to go with... I'm really tempted to go with an alloy foundry. Let's see. Research labs are 4. Maintenance. They do turn consumer goods into research points, though. I kind of want to get... going to want to get more. Although we're doing okay on consumer goods. So you can see the number of jobs, 2. This has 3 housing, 5 amenities. This has entertainer jobs. This says manager jobs, turn consumer goods into unity, trade value, and society research. This is 5 clerk jobs, which is pretty good. You build this and you don't need to worry about your pop growth for a little while. And civilian industries turn minerals into consumer goods. Alloy foundries turn minerals into alloys. And we could use more alloys. We're only getting +9. And then spiritualist ethics attraction +5%. It's only 5%. Priest jobs +2. It's not a whole lot of upkeep either. And it does generate unity, society research, and amenities. But I haven't played enough to really get a feel for what I feel is going to be the good starting build. So, since we are playing a spiritualist, I'm going to go for the temple. I could increase districts. That also creates jobs. But for now, we'll go with that. Go ahead and build another Corvette, because we will eventually need one.
Survey complete.
Not finding a whole lot of interesting stuff.
Complete.
Leader has gained a level. That's always good.
Evading competitive fleet.
Okay. Alpha aliens are crystalline entities. Okay. Well, the good news is that they're not blocking anything. As long as there's nothing in there, we are okay. So, in the situation log, we've got to investigate these guys, but it will take 23 months, and it's just crystalline entities, so I'm not going to do that yet. If it were a new, an actual new empire, then I would definitely consider that. But it is not. Let's go ahead and survey that, and then this. Make decisions as to where to go after that. Okay, the temple is almost done. It is probably a good idea to get this built first, but wow, we have an L gate really close by. And we've got beta aliens. Space amoebas. And they are blocking our way out. Savannah World and a Tundra World, pretty good size. Okay. I'm going to go do this. And go that way. Because we need to start exploring.
Complete.
Okay, so Pavo is now has the temple. While they're going, so districts generate other things. We get clerk jobs. Alright, discovered dark matter. It's pretty cool. Generator districts. Got a natural wormhole. Mining districts and agricultural districts. So all of them generate housing. These generate the most housing. We are currently at 8. So that's okay. We're okay there. This produces 1 clerk job. This produces 2 technician jobs. This produces 2 miner jobs. And this produces 2 farmer jobs. I don't... Other than getting... housing, I don't really want to have this planet do these things too much. Also, we do have some blockers, but we're not going to do anything with those yet. The geoscape of Wettage 6A is dominated by what appears from orbit to be silvery metallic crystals of dimensions never before seen from orbit. They eerily resemble skyscrapers. Closer study is warranted. Alright, let's see. Which one are you? You are that one. Yeah, we'll go ahead and have you research that. It's only 120 days. So then we can see population. We got approval rating. We've got 3 strata: rulers, specialists, and workers. And there's big tooltips from these things. Executive jobs are currently producing 5.48 unity. And we get the upkeep, 2 food, 2.2 consumer goods. And we are getting a whole bunch of stuff there. The anomaly found close by Zubak's Maw, however unlikely, appears to be some type of rift in space. It's possible the great mass of Zubak's Maw somehow caused it, but its nature is beyond our understanding. The rift not only refracts and blocks light, but seems to actually draw it in and then push it out repeatedly, as if it were breathing photons. It is likely the immense gravitational pull of the rift has at some point inhaled in other things as well. We should exercise caution. No, we don't need to leave. Dispatch an observation probe to monitor it. It can be studied from a safe distance. I don't know if this is going to replace that. And we had 4 physics somewhere else, but this would be really cheap if it's in addition. Let's go for it. Yeah. It's a really cheap and really good early science thing. I don't know that I want to build that one, a station there just yet, but it's definitely something to consider. Now, building a base here does cost 100 alloys. So I'm going to be holding off on that. Certainly until we get our tradition for the starbase. Well, that's just starbase influence. But either way, I want to save some influence on that. We'll need influence to build our branch offices on other empires as well. So that's going to bring us to the end of this episode. Not a whole lot has happened, but we've started looking over stuff. I'll be looking at the pops and the planetary buildings and stuff like that in more depth as we go along. We've got a lot of decisions that we could look at as well. But in general, the early game is a little bit slower on things to actually do, I find. Also, I should probably put you back on to that. There's a lot more, surveying systems and just waiting for a pop to expand and doing stuff. We could, clear up these blockers. They're kind of expensive, though, and they will do things for us, but we'll take a look at that next time. Just as a quick note, yeah, 4 years into the game, and we're only about halfway through 2 techs and not halfway through a 3rd one. Researching techs in the early game is a lot slower. So, it is something to consider dropping down the tech research rate, I feel. Anyway, I think that we're off to a good start. We're in a decent starting position, I feel. We're going to have a lot to expand into and start looking for other empires, but we are going to need to take care of these amoeba. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please do like the video and leave a comment. It really does help with these videos. It shows up higher in the search results and things like that, which is so incredibly important for brand new series, especially for brand new games and expansions and things like that. So if you could do that for me, I would really appreciate it. Thank you very much. See you in the next episode, everyone.